Right, this is one that will get a simulation theorist weak at the knees. I was watching that Connected on Netflix with Latif Nasser, and in the Digits episode, there was something that really kind of confused me. When he was talking about Benford's law, it kind of just really stuck my head on, and I was like, that can't be true. That must be, that must be some, dramatization to that. It can't be real to the extent it is shown as in the show, which is a great and interesting show, and I recommend you to watch it. So I did some research, I went in and looked up Benford's law, and I was like, this seems like a genuine thing, and I was even further whacked out because it sounds crazy, and it sounds, at the basis, you hear the law, and it sounds untrue. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna test it myself. I'm gonna try it through myself, and I tested it with prices on the local Chinese restaurant. Yeah, I did it with distances between the nearest 100 petrol stations from my house. I did it with just 100 randomised from I got a random number generator, and I noted down every single one. I tested it. I did about 6 tests, I think, on different topics, and every time it came up. Every fucking time. Okay, every time. The law basically is that if you take the first digit of a number and you do that for every series, every number in a series, of a large series of numbers, as I said, every price on the menu, every distance, every number of people in a group, you get, if you take them and you line up every first digit, you get 30% beginning with 1, 17% beginning with 2, and so on and so on and so on. You get this curve called the Benford's curve, which is always 30%, 70%, half 70%, half of that percent, half and half of that, on and on and on and on, which should not happen. Especially when you're taking a random number generator, that should not happen. But it happens with everything, distance, time, the number of goals scored per season, the number of averages per hockey season. It is present, and it should not be present in numbers and the world that should be so random. Why is there this curve in every category? It is literally present in anything. Take any series of number, and I bet you money you will get this curve showing up, which should not happen. It makes no sense when explained. If you take a random series of numbers, you'll be able to. If you take 10 different random series of numbers, you'll be able to find, the exact same pattern in all of them. That defeats the point of random. If everything has the same pattern, it can't be random. But everything random has this pattern, which makes no sense. Why does that happen? So then, of course, it does give this sort of sense of fragile credence to the simulation theories, which if you probably do know, but if you don't know, simulation theorists are people who believe that everything is a simulation and the world is just computer generated, and if it were computer generated, the basis of it would be a mathematical, somewhat binary, but maybe a stronger system than that, which would be formatted in mathematics, so mathematical patterns being found behind every everyday action gives credence to the form that maybe it is a simulation, because it seems that everything is based in maths. So yeah, try it for yourself, and honestly, you will be what the fuck, because any group of numbers, a big group of numbers, 30% begin with 1, 17% begin with 2, and so on and so on. It's insane. You always get more of one, more of one, more 1s and 2s, more 2s and 3s, more 3s and 4s, more 4s and 5s, more 5s and 6s. It's insane, and it should not happen, but it does, and maybe everything is a computer-generated mathematical system. Maybe not. Maybe this is just some really, really weird thing in higher maths that we don't even understand because we can't comprehend massive numbers and their patterns. Maybe it's just intense pattern recognition, but it's happening and it does not seem right, but it happens every fucking time. Every time. I've got about 6 pages dedicated to it here, and I don't know why, but every time there's the curve. Benford's curve. Why does it happen? If it's random, unautomated systems don't exist apparently anymore, because somehow every single time we get the exact same fucking pattern maybe the world is a giant computer server. I hope not, because then that kind of sucky, but maybe it is. This is one fucking big hint to it, but maybe it's just coincidence, which I don't believe in much, but maybe.